Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 17 of the best sports show going, Highly Opinionated. I'm your co-host, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, the best co-host in the game. What's up, Tim?
What's good with you?
Everything good with you, my brother?
Yeah, no complaints over here. Ready to get episode 17 rocking and rolling.
Let's go, bro. Let's get it, man. Great week of football, man. I know, man, you ready to dive in this deep world of sports, including the college football playoffs and the NFL season, man. You ready? You ready, Tim?
I'm ready. I'm definitely ready.
Good. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, the best producer in the game. What's up, Ross? What's going on, my brother?
What's good, Josh? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How you?
I'm good. No complaints over here either. Like Tim said, there's definitely some good football, so I'm ready to hear what y'all guys say. Me and Tim was kind of talking a little before the show, so I'm definitely ready to hear y'all get into it and break it down.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys for watching last week's show, episode 16. First time, episode 16, we had two guests on at the same time. Again, we want to thank those gentlemen for coming on. Chris and Troy, those guys are amazing. Can't wait to have those guys back. Shout out to my co-host again, ladies and gentlemen. He held it down when I lost connection. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy, Tim and Ross, you see him. These guys can be sitting in this chair any day, anytime they want to, man. So whenever they want the chair, they got it. We appreciate you for watching last week's show. Appreciate you for tuning into this week's show. Ross, let them know where they can follow us on all our socials.
Of course, Josh. On Instagram, you can follow us at Highly Opinionated __. And on X, follow us at HighlyO_SS. And of course, you're already on Instagram, so go ahead, subscribe, leave a comment, like. We're going to comment back. I've been seeing our subscribers going up. They're definitely going up. So we appreciate everybody. And all that counts.
Yeah, the subscribers going up, man. They heard I was giving that $100 for the 100 subscribers, so they just jumping out the roof to go up. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here again. $100 for the 100 subscribers. You'll get the cash app from me. Shout out to my co-host Tim. He sent 50 to Earn. Shout out to Earn. You won that a couple weeks ago. $100 to the 100 subscriber on YouTube. So hopefully that gives you guys the incentive to keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting. We get back to you, and eventually we'll have you on the show. Tim, you ready to get things going, my brother?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Let's start with the conference championship wrap-up, recap from college football. Let's start with the game that actually changed the college football playoff standings and rankings. Who made it, who didn't make it. Clemson and SMU. Clemson beat SMU 34-31. Clemson really dominated the first half. They were up 24-7 at halftime, but SMU came back like the heart of a lion with Jennings as a quarterback, Smith as a running back. Those guys played hard. They played tough. They just came up short. Congratulations to Dabo Swinney. I've been a critic of him not entering and attacking the transfer portal. But he found a way to win another ACC championship game, and Clemson is now in the 12-team college football playoff.
Yeah, man, this was the game of the day for me, man, because SMU started off like real slow, turnover the ball. Like it looked like, I'm not gonna say jittery, but they look, you know what I'm saying, like first time in the ACC, like it looked like
they look nervous. They look like they had other thoughts on their mind.
Yeah, moment got to them a little bit. So like, I'm glad they fought back though. Like that was one of them games. Like, what's the name? The running back for SMU. Brashard Smith had 24 carries for 113 yards. They got the run game going well, especially in the second half. Klubnik, he played pretty good himself, quarterback for Clemson. He went 24 for 41, 262 yards and 4 TDs. So, like, man, that was the best game to me, man, because, like, not only did SMU fight for it, but they tied the game for those who y'all didn't watch. Y'all missed one of them ones. They tied the game, scored late. What it was like, I want to say 20 seconds left, if that. They kicked the ball off. Clemson, this is the first time Shorty was back there returning the kick. He had an explosive return. Klubnik throw 2 passes. They in field goal range. Kicker, longest field goal to his career, 56 yards, makes it. So, man, that was the game, man. Like, great game. Like, and we're going to talk about it later, but I'm glad SMU still was able to get in the playoffs.
I bet you are. Yeah. Hauser, like you said, he made the 56-yard field goal. Yeah. Clemson. Like you said, SMU scored with 20 seconds left. So for Clemson to get down when that field goal range with 20 seconds left, it remind me of the Tampa Bay Carolina game of last week when Carolina scored, Tampa Bay had to get in position to score, and Tampa Bay did everything. Baker did everything he needed to do to get them in position to score. Shout out to K. Klubnik. Shout out to Dabo Sweeney. And like I said, I picked Clemson before the game started. I just didn't. I mean, you give a team this ample amount of times to make the college football playoff, they're going to make the college football playoff because you're giving them this ample amount of opportunity. So, congratulations to Clemson. Congratulations for them winning the ACC. I'll say my thoughts of if SMU should have made the college football playoff when we get to that point. Next game we're going to go over is the Big Ten championship game. The number one team, Oregon Ducks, they beat Penn State Nittany Lions 45-37, and what was a high-scoring game. At one point in time, Oregon was up 28-10 in the second quarter. I thought Oregon was going to, put some distance between them. But shout out to Penn State. I got to give Penn State credit. They played close. They played tough. They played hard. James Franklin still needs to see what he can do in the playoffs against ranked opponents and good time opponents. But Drew Allen, he was 20 of 39, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Allen, the running back, Singleton, the running back. Allen had 124 yards in the touchdown. Singleton had 105 yards in the touchdown. This gentleman will not win the Heisman, but ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Gabriel should be on every Heisman ballot. He was 22 of 32, 283 yards, 4 touchdowns. The Oregon Ducks, first year in the Big Ten. They are the Big Ten champions. Oregon is the number one seed in the college football playoff. Congratulations to the Oregon Ducks on winning the Big Ten and being the number one seed in the first ever 12-team college football playoff.
Yeah, man. So if you turned this game off when it was 28-10, I understand because I thought it was about to get ugly. Like I thought the game from the beginning was going to get ugly, but Penn State definitely did fight back. Dylan Gabriel definitely should be the last Heisman candidate on the list, personally to me. But I'm going to point out Tej Johnson, the receiver. He had 11 catches for 181 yards. And, he was doing what he wanted. Real short, explosive receiver. Looked like he probably played slot in the NFL. So, but shout out to Oregon, man. And I do, you don't give no, I don't want to say Penn State for fighting back, but I did learn a lot about Franklin's team, because they fought all the way back. I ain't going to, if Allen didn't throw that, I don't like the if game, but if Allen don't throw that pick early in the game, that's probably whoever had the ball last win type of game because Oregon can't stop the run, man. So
absolutely. And I think that will
Oregon in trouble in that playoff, man. And I'm telling y'all now, we're gonna talk about them games later when they get closer, but a lower seed will win the whole thing. It's them top 4. Don't put your money on none of the top 4. I'm telling y'all now, a lower seed is gonna win.
Really, when you say that, you're really saying don't put your team money on the top 2. Because let me just say this. The top 4 teams are Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, Arizona State. Ain't nobody putting their money on Boise State.
I lied. So I lied. My fault. My fault. Y'all forgot how they rearranged them. Not the top 4. I ain't gonna lie. I got a sneaky team in there. So I'm gonna say 3 of them teams I don't like, but one of the teams I like. So 3 of them, I'll give y'all the inside scoop on what I think will happen when we get closer. But 3 of them teams I don't like. One of them probably the hottest team coming into the tournament. So yeah,
you kind of gave that away. I got you, but no, I there could definitely be a lower team or a high seed, depending on how the bracket plays out. That who could win the national championship. Congratulations to the Oregon Ducks again, first year in the Big Ten. You guys are the Big Ten champions. Congratulations. Next game we're going to go over is the Big 12 championship, and Tim, without mentioning their name, he mentioned Arizona State. They're the hottest team in the country. Arizona State beat Iowa State 45-12. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know Scatterway, the running back, Scatterboo from Arizona State, you should get to know him. I think he's probably the second best running back in the country. I know he said he's the best running back. I think Ashton Genty's better. But I think Scatterboo is the second best running back in the country. He has 16 attempts, 170 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Iowa State could not tackle him. They couldn't grab him. They couldn't hold him. They could not bring him to the ground. He was breaking everything. Congratulations to Kenny Dillingham, the Arizona State coach. Congratulations on Arizona State being the first-year member in the Big 12. and winning the Big 12 Conference Championship. Congratulations.
Yeah, so for this game, man. So it was a lot of this going on this weekend, right? So the young kids, they got a slogan. It's called BTA. For y'all don't know, look it up. I'm gonna say belt to behind because y'all know I be trying to keep it clean. But yeah, what's the name? Iowa State got the belt, man. And like you said, man, Scatterboo is impressive, man. So Scatterboo run like y'all seen the longest yard. He run like Goldberg in longest yard. He run just like that. You know what I'm saying? He ran shorty over. He said, "I'm gonna show you how a white man run the ball." That's what Scatterboo
Yeah, that's exactly
like that.
That's literally not to be funny. We have the audio. That's what he said before he ran him over.
That's what, you know what I'm saying. So that's how he run, man. That boy bad. Like I know Genty might be y'all favorite, but I ain't gonna lie, yo. Like with less, I'm not knocking Genty. Genty get 30 carries a game though, so that's like I ain't gonna say it's easy to get 100 yards, but 30 carries, it's like you decent. You should get 100 yards. He did that on 16 carries. Like it's a close race. It's closer than people think between Jenny and Scatterbull. Like I said, I've been watching him the last 4 weeks. He different. Shout out to Arizona State though. Like I said, I wouldn't want to play them.
No, Kenny Dillingham, head coach, used to be an Arizona State alumni, played for Arizona State, went to Arizona State. So he congratulations to those guys, and those guys made the 12-team college football playoff, man. So congratulations to them. Next game we're gonna go over is I know you think that the ACC championship was the best game, but I thought this was the best game of the day, in my opinion. Georgia and Texas, they played again for a second time. I'll just say this. I will not be surprised if they play each other again. I'll just leave it at that. But Georgia beat Texas 22-19 in a game where a lot of stuff happened. It was a defensive game in the first half. Carson Beck got hurt. They had to bring the backup quarterback in. And Georgia found a way to win. I think this game shows that. I'm sorry. The backup quarterback Stockton from Georgia. He came in 12 of 16, 71 yards. He had an interception. He actually had better stats than Carson Bennett. Not saying there's a quarterback controversy. They're gonna ride out with Carson Beck, but Stockton definitely, in my opinion, played better than Carson Beck did while he was in there. But this just shows that Kirby Smart's the best coach in the country. He finds a way to get his team in position, finds a way for them to win. And now Georgia's the number 2 team in the college football playoff. They won another SEC championship. Congratulations to Georgia.
Yeah, this game to me, man, it showed more about Texas than Georgia. Like Texas just ain't all what I thought they was. Like yours just is he decent. Like it was throws in that game. They had a lot of penalties. I ain't gonna lie. It looked like a little bit of home cooking going on in Atlanta. I don't know why the game in Atlanta when Georgia played, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, like Texas, to me, it showed more about Texas. Like that game, they should have whooped Georgia behind. Like Georgia's not that good. Like I don't know what people watch. Like watching, like Georgia was terrible that whole game. I know we celebrate teams for finding ways to win. That's good and all, but Georgia's not that good. Georgia's going to lose their first game. Georgia's not good. And I heard Beck probably not playing, so Stockton playing. So
hold. I just want to put this out here. Let's just say the bracket goes as planned. You think Boise State would beat Georgia?
if they get if they get Boise, they probably beat. But I ain't know.
So all right, let me ask you this. They'll either get Boise State, SMU, or Penn State.
They get SMU, they lose. Georgia's not that good. Like I don't know what people watch. Like I think it's the SEC bias. Like I think like they controlled our brains from when we was younger to now. Like we gotta love the SEC, bro. They not that good, bro. Like you watch that game, bro. They pretty average, yo. Like I said, if you look at the penalties, I think Texas had like 10 penalties for like 150 yards or more. So that alone is you're not gonna win the game just from that alone.
Yeah, just that.
And all the missed opportunities they had, like y'all know I told you when Florida State saw I rock with Georgia. So like it ain't me hating on Georgia because I normally rock with them, but this ain't one of Kirby's teams to me. Like they decent. I don't think they not winning the national championship. But shout out to Georgia though. They found a way to win the game.
I would agree with you. I don't know if they should be the national championship contender favorite, but I'm sorry. If they play SMU, the SMU I saw play against Clemson, if they play Boise State, The Boise
Yeah,
State.
they could beat Boise. They got to load the box.
Yeah, no. They could beat every team. They could beat every team until they get to the Final Four. Look, yo, let me say this.
Nah.
SMU. I'm not knocking SMU.
Not with Stockton.
I'm not. Well, I don't think he's going to be starting quarterback.
Oh, with Beck. Beck's not that good neither.
I think no, that's fine. That's fine. But I'd rather have Carson Beck and Kirby Smart than Stockton.
Yeah.
I think Georgia, other than Penn State, Georgia has the easiest road to get to the Final Four. They have the easiest road. Like Penn State plays SMU, they play Boise State.
They're gonna lose.
No, I'm not saying that they won't lose to SMU, but I'm saying that if you look at the pathway, Oregon has the hardest pathway, in my opinion, because they will have to play Tennessee, Ohio State, and then they will have to play that, and then they will have to play.
No, I agree. It's set up for Georgia, but
Georgia's it's set up, yeah. So it's set up for Georgia. It's set up for Georgia and Texas. If you look at Texas.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm giving.
So my point is
Texas is not that good either.
I agree with that because their offense is not that great. But I'm saying that I just think that I think Georgia is a little better than what you're giving them out to be. But I agree with you. I don't think that they're as dominant as they should be to win the national championship. But I do think they're a little better than what you give.
All right, so you watched that game and thought Georgia was good. Like you watched that game.
Yeah. I watched that game. I watched that game and I said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not clearly better, but like Georgia could win 2-3. Nah, I didn't like. What did they do well? Like, if you could just name one thing they did well, like
they played defense well. They played situations well. Look, let me say this. Okay. You get on here all the time and you say you don't like high scoring games. This game was 22-19, so it was a defensive type of game. Was there errors in the game? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, when you find ways to win, let me say this. What Georgia's doing now is what Alabama did under Saban. They find ways to win games that not necessarily saying they shouldn't win, but games where as though you like, damn, this could be more. This was a little bit more closer than what I thought it would be, or closer than, or just a good game where as though we found a way to win. I'm not saying Georgia's going to win the national championship. We haven't even picked that yet. We won't pick that on this show. Yeah. We'll probably do that next week or the week after. But my point is that I have to give them credit for winning. It's hard to win. It's hard to win. So congratulations to Georgia on winning the SEC championship and being the number 2 seed in the college football playoff. Next game we're going to go over is the American Athletic Championship. Shout out to Army. I picked Tulane. These guys, Army, it was a home game for them. Army destroyed Tulane. Daly, the quarterback, rushed for 126 yards and 4 touchdowns. Udo, the running back, 158 yards, 20 attempts in the touchdown. Army found a way to win. Army has a big game this week, the only college football game coming up against Navy. Congratulations to the Army Black Knights on winning the American Athletic Championship. Well-deserved, well-earned. Shout out to Jeff Monken, the Army coach.
I got the belt out again.
They whipped ass.
One of those, man. It was another. Hey, look, I picked Army just because I know that triple option is hard to stop on like a week or two. Like you gotta be disciplined and sound to stop this thing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about how good your athletes are, none of that. Because Army, they gonna block it the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit the outside shoulder. I'm gonna do everything technically sound. You might be more athletic and gifted than me, but I'm gonna do everything fundamentally sound and fundamentally right. And that's why Army got the dub, yo. That triple option, yo. I don't know why more teams don't run it, yo. Just add a little pass concept. I know y'all like points, but you can score points in this. Add a little pass concept, and you got something to cook with because you can't stop it.
If on the screen, obviously I know you see it and you watch the game. Yeah, the triple option can work. They scored 35 points with it.
Yeah, you know,
so it can work. Like, it ain't like they out here running the wishbone and not doing nothing with it. They out here running the triple option and scoring with it. Congratulations to Army. Big game this week against Navy. We'll pick that in a few minutes. Congratulations on winning the American Athletic Championship to the Army Black Knights. The next game we're going to go over is the Conference USA. Yeah. You should have wrapped that around your neck.
Yeah. This
was the straight. My co-host is so nice. He don't like to curse on here. I do. I don't care. This was an ass whooping. Ass whooping. Jacksonville State beat the hell out of Western Kentucky 52-12. Congratulations to Jacksonville State on winning the Conference USA Championship. Their head coach is Rich Rodriguez. Obviously, you guys know him from West Virginia, Michigan, etc. Shout out to Jacksonville State on winning that and winning Conference USA.
Yeah, I picked this game wrong, but I didn't really pick it for any good reason. So, you know what I'm saying? It counted as a loss. I just picked it because Troy went there, our former guest. So, yeah, Troy, you let me down, brother. You and them Hilltoppers, y'all let me down, man. That game was ugly, man. Y'all ain't belong, man. That was bad. But shout out Jackson State, man. Way to dominate your opponent.
Troy, we love you, bro. Can't wait to have you back on.
Yeah.
You knew damn well Western Kentucky wasn't gonna win. That's why he ain't say nothing about Western Kentucky the whole time he was on here. He knew damn well what was up.
Nah, they ain't just play. I was about to say they just played though. Nah, that wasn't them though.
Nah, that wasn't them. That was Ohio, and that was
yeah.
But congratulations to Rich Rodriguez and Jacksonville State on winning Conference USA Championship. Next recap that we're gonna go over is this was the rematch from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I know, man. Woo! Mid-American Championship, ladies and gentlemen. You see the score. Ohio beat Miami over Ohio 38-3. This game was never close. This was on Saturday at 12 o'clock on ESPN. I watched little bits and pieces of it. Ohio had the game intact from the jump. Navarro, the quarterback, 20 of 27, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyus, the running back, 27 attempts, 151 yards and a touchdown. Congratulations to the Ohio Bobcats on winning the Mid-American Championship.
I told you, just bet with green. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's why I bet on him, because I bet on green.
Yeah, I just told you I bet on green just because it was a green week because the Eagles won. So it just went across the board. I wish I actually listened to my thought because I'd have been $1,000 richer if I just put Ohio instead of Miami, Ohio. But it's all good. You live and you learn. Shout out to Ohio though.
Yes.
Way to make sure y'all just dominate from start.
Yeah, Ohio showed up with the green and they laid it down. 38-3. Won by 35 points, win this conference championship. Congratulations to those guys. The last game, if I'm not mistaken, the last game that we're going to go over, that we have to recap. Congratulations to Aston Genty. Congratulations to Boise State. Those guys had made the college football playoffs. They beat UNLV 21-7. At the end of the day, Aston Genty was just too much. Boise State, they were at home on the blue, I call it the blue carpet, and they found a way to win. Congratulations to Boise State. 21-7 Mountain West champions. Those guys are the number 3 seed in the college football playoff.
Yeah, man, I think they messed up my algorithm, yo. See, this would mess my pickup, yo. When they sent me that go offense joint, my thing got me excited, right? So I'm like, yeah, UNLV should be able to play with them, man. That game, it don't look like a blow up, but it's 21-0 at half, and then UNLV scored in the second half. But yeah, Genty was too much. They gave up a 75-yard touchdown to Genty right before the half with like 15 seconds left. That really put the game wide open. Shout out to Genty, man. I ain't like his touchdown celebration dance. It looked a little weird for a grown man, but that's for another day. But shout out to Boise State, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, the man Ashton Genty ran for 209 yards and a touchdown. My co-host out here complaining about the man touchdown celebration. You do whatever you want to do. You run for 209 yards and a touchdown.
You guys,
I will give you this. It wasn't what I thought was going to happen. I'll give you that.
Oh, all right, okay.
But
did you see the dance?
No, I'm like, yeah, I watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, I was like, hold up.
I'm like, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So I'll give you that.
For all my people, I'm gonna have my guys best. I can't even think of it. I'm gonna have Rush put that clip somewhere on this week so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
y'all didn't see that.
Tim will gladly show y'all what he's talking about. The touchdown celebration it was a little, I'll say, funny / like weird in a way.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
However,
yeah, he could.
Brother ran for 209 yards and a touchdown, 32 attempts. He ran for more yards than what they passed for.
Yeah,
Ashton Genty is definitely a Heisman contender, Heisman finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, next week's show we will give you our Heisman winner. Tim will give his ballot. I'll give my ballot. So we'll see where he ranks up in that. But congratulations to Boise State. Congratulations to Aston Genty. Congratulations to the Broncos on making a college football playoff. I lied to you, ladies and gentlemen. I said that this was our last game. We actually have one more game to recap. The last game we got to recap is the Sun Belt Championship between Marshall and Louisiana. Yeah, go get it. I got this one wrong. I thought Louisiana was going to come out and play hard. And they did come out and play hard. The first quarter, they scored 3 points. And then they said, fuck it, we ain't playing no more. They lost 31-3. Congratulations to Marshall. Sun Belt champions. Braxton, the quarterback, 18 of 26, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns. Houston, the running back, 117 yards in the touchdown. Marshall was the better team through thick and thin. Let me say this. Congratulations to Marshall, but shout out to one of their biggest alumni members, Randy Moss. He was going through some surgery, some type of situation on ESPN. Get well soon, Randy Moss. And hopefully Marshall did you good by winning the Sun Belt Conference.
Yeah, man. So y'all know I went to Marshall, so I was rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I picked them. And I watched the last 2 games, and they played some good football over there. You gave them the stats, man. The Herd just stomped all over the cages, man. It was just they couldn't do nothing with Marshall. Like Marshall looked more prepared, more ready for the moment. Shout out to Thunder Herd, man.
Absolutely. Thunder and Herd, Sun Belt champions. They got it done. Congratulations to all the conference champions who won conference championship games last week. Whether you made the college football playoff or not, winning the championship and winning the ring, that's a great feeling to have. So congratulations to all the teams that won conference championships. Let's move forward to there is quote unquote no week 16 because there's only one game this week, but I'll put it out there. Navy plays Army this week, 3:00. One game this week. It's on CBS. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jeannie Dale on the call. Let's start us off, Tim. One game this week. We only picking this one. Who you like?
Oh, matter of fact, man, I just started something off my head, man. Talk about that game 1 second. I got to get something real quick.
Go ahead, bro. Okay, I'll talk. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. I'll go first. I'll pick first. My compadre gave it to me. I appreciate that, bro. I'm going to take Army. I've been betting against Army this whole time. So I feel like I learned my lesson. I picked Tulane last week, and they destroyed Tulane to win the American Championship. Now, I know what most people thinking, this would be a perfect spot for Navy to spoil it for Army. But I just think Army's on the mission. They only got 1 loss this season. They lost to Notre Dame. So for me, I'm taking Army to beat Navy on Saturday on CBS. The floor is yours, brother. You got it.
Yeah, my fault, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stuff just come to me at the moment, right? So I'm going to tell y'all why I'm picking my school, right? But I'm going to pick that school. I hope y'all can see that. When I was being recruited, you know what I'm saying? That's a Army on there, you know what I'm saying? So I got to go with them guys, man. You know what I'm saying? They were showing me love back in my day, you know? I don't think I could have made it in the Army, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Army, man. We going with Army.
We both like Army this week, ladies and gentlemen. Again, one college football game this week. However, I will say this. There is one regular season game. We do have a couple bowl games that start on Saturday. I'll go over those as I have them right now. Give me a second. Pulling these up. We have on Saturday. So obviously this game is Saturday at 3:00 on CBS. We have South Alabama and Western Michigan. That's Saturday at 9:00. That is the Salute to Veterans Bowl. So South Alabama 6-6, Western Michigan 6-6. South Alabama is favored by 9 points. The over/under is 58.5. That game is Saturday at 9:00 on ESPN. That is the Salute to Veterans Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Highly Opinionated. Tim, College Football Committee, College Football Playoff Committee. They did the thing on Sunday. They picked 12 teams. First time ever. They have a 12-team playoff in college football. I think most people, I'll start us off. I think most people know how I feel about this. Let me start off by saying the playoff you guys will see on the screen. Oregon's the number 1 seed. Georgia's the number 2 seed. Boise State's the number 3 seed. Arizona State is the number 4 seed. Oregon will play the winner of the 8-9 matchup, which we'll get to in a second, in the Rose Bowl. Arizona State will play the winner of the 12-5 matchup in the Peach Bowl. Boise State will play the winner of the 11-6 matchup in the Fiesta Bowl. And in the Sugar Bowl, Georgia will play the winner of the 10-7 matchup. Let's start off. Number 12, Clemson. They won the ACC. They got the last spot in the playoff. They will travel to Texas to play Texas on December 21st, 4 p.m. on TNT. Later on that night, number 9 Tennessee travels to number 8 Ohio State. Tennessee plays at Ohio State December the 21st at 8 o'clock on ABC/ESPN. On December 21st, to start the day off, we have number 11 SMU. They travel to play number 6 Penn State, 12 o'clock on TNT Max. And the first game, the inaugural game of the 12-team college football playoff, is number 10 Indiana at number 7 Notre Dame. That's probably the biggest matchup in that area. You got Notre Dame and Indiana, same vicinity, same area. South Bend, Indiana, University of Indiana, fighting for state supremacy. That game is Friday, December 20th, 8 o'clock on ESPN/ABC. So we just unveiled the matchups of the first round. We just unveiled who's made the college football playoff. My first question to you is, we're not picking winners now. We'll do that next week. Did the college football committee get it right?
So for me, I think they did. I'm gonna give them a hand clap because they did better than what I thought they would. Me personally, I still feel like Miami should have got in there. Me personally, 10-2 team, lost one game, 2 games late in the season, but still was a pretty dominant, dynamic team throughout the year. I feel like they deserve a spot going 10-2, but for the most part, they got it right. I feel like everybody. So people gonna bring up strength of schedule, right? So like, I don't know how much that really matters, like, cause like when the schedule drops, right, we can't control the strength of the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Once we drop the schedule, I can't control the strength of the schedule, right? So it's like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? You know who I'm playing from week 1 to week 10. Don't complain about who I'm playing out at the end. Like, y'all already knew who I was playing. I honestly think the committee thought not as many teams will win these many games. Like, I think Miami put the shock to the system. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, certain teams put a shock to the system where it's though, like, oh, dang, what we going to do? Because, like, if we do the strength of the schedule, right, Indiana didn't beat anybody, right? But they're 11-1. So it's like you can't knock them because they still only lost one game. Even though that was the only real opponent they played, they only lost one game. So how can I not put them in the playoff? Are they one of the 12 best teams? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Probably not based on what we see. But like, if you know what I'm saying? But that's not how we doing this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. I feel like Miami should have got in. But other than that, I'm satisfied for what they did. I feel like SMU coach said it best for me. Like, as of the day, they was in the playoff before they played the championship game, right? They would have been in, clearly in. So how can we knock them out for losing in the championship game? You know what I'm saying? Where other teams behind them didn't play in the championship game. And they have, like, for all Alabama fans, I'm sorry, y'all lost to Vanderbilt and y'all lost to a bad Oklahoma team. Like, y'all don't deserve to get into me. And y'all have another loss. But those 2 losses, to me, like, they bad losses. And Oklahoma mud stomped y'all. So it's like, you're not a playoff. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't get in the playoffs. Y'all ended y'all season. Same with Ole Miss. Same with South Carolina. And y'all know I like all 3 of those teams. So that's how I feel about it. I think, like I said, I think they did pretty well. Like, I think Miami should have probably the only team to me that should have it great. But they got it pretty much correct to me.
So you think they got it right?
Yeah, for the most part. Based on how they do the system. You feel me? I know we're going to have another question later, how you feel about the actual system. You know what I'm saying? But based on what they do with the 12 teams, I think it was pretty accurate.
Well, for me, I don't know what we're doing here. Are we trying to get the 12 best teams? Or are we getting the 12 most deserving teams? You mentioned about Indiana having 1 loss. So shall Army make the 12-team playoff? They got 1 loss. Like, we're not doing this the right way. In my opinion, it should be the 12 best teams. Now, I'm not gonna go ahead and say what I would change and do this and do that. I'll just say this: I would love to see Alabama play SMU on a neutral field. I know who I would bet on to win the game. I know who I would take to win the game. So again, for me, it's all about the 12 best teams, not the 12 most deserving teams. Because the Big Ten, let's do this: the Big Ten The best team in the conference was Oregon. Oregon didn't play Penn State in the conference championship game. They played Ohio State. They played Illinois. They played Michigan. They didn't play Penn State until the Big Ten championship game. They didn't play what's the other team in Indiana? They didn't play Indiana. They won't play Indiana. If the only way they'll play Indiana is if Indiana make the college football playoff. So for me, scheduling should matter. Now I know Alabama lost to Oklahoma and lost to Vanderbilt, and you're 100% right. Can you tell the audience what win does SMU have that's as good as Alabama beating Georgia? None. They don't. They don't have a good win. Their best win would have been Clemson, who the committee ranked winning the ACC. They ranked them as at 15th in the country. So they really didn't get a bulk of winning the ACC because they think Clemson is an average team. So, look, I'm not going to cry spill milk over Alabama not making the playoffs. I disagree with that. I thought it should be the 12 best teams. However, SMU made it. Congratulations to all 12 teams that made it. And I will say this, no matter of who made it, who didn't make it, this 12-team playoff is going to be exciting. It's going to be electrifying. You got games on their home campuses, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame. All four of those teams have home games. So for me, I'm not going to cry spill milk about it. I disagree. You know, Tim, I had Alabama making the playoffs. We were texting early. I mean, when I say early Saturday morning, we were texting 11:30, 12 o'clock. Well, 12:30 about what just happened in the ACC championship game. So for me, not going to cry with spill milk. I think Alabama should have been in. Congratulations to SMU. Rhett Lashley, they got in. They deserve it. ACC got 2. SEC got 3. Big Ten got 4.
So to answer your question, SMU beat 3 ranked teams.
Yes, they did.
They beat Louisville.
Yes, they did.
At the time, they was 22. They beat Pitt. They was 18. And they beat Duke. That was ranked at the time.
Yes, they did.
So that's 3. I mean, to me, that's 3 quality wins.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'll say this. None of those wins are better than South Carolina. That's Alabama's second best win. None of those wins are better than South Carolina. That's Alabama's second best win. Alabama beat Georgia, who blew out the ACC champions by 30. The first
week
game.
One. I know. It was context a little bit. Week 1.
I know. I was going to say that. Week one. Let me say this. You mentioned Miami. Miami's best win happened in week 1. They destroyed Florida. That was their best win of the season. They beat Florida. So again, like my point is that again, I'm not gonna cry spill milk. Ward Manuel, the athletic director and the head of the CFP, the athletic director of Michigan, the head of the CFP for the College Football Playoff Committee, they made the decision. Congratulations. That's what they got. That's what we got. I'm not gonna cry spill milk about it. They feel like these are the 12 best teams. Hey man, these guys gonna have to toe the ball, kick the ball off, and let's rock out. So I can't wait for these playoffs to start in about a week and a half. The first game is Friday night with Indiana and Notre Dame. Can't wait for that, man. Cannot wait. But again, you know me. Alabama, I don't think Indiana should have made the playoffs. I'll take it this way. I know it's a lot of people that watch our shows that might have went to some of these universities. I'm not hating on none of y'all. What signature win does Indiana have? What signature win does Penn State have? What signature win does Texas have? See, Tim think I'm an SEC bias. Nah. Texas' best win, they beat Texas A&M. Their second best win, they beat Vanderbilt. Go look at their schedule, ladies and gentlemen. Texas' second best win is Vandy. So I'm not just picking on SMU. Texas ain't beat nobody. Penn State ain't beat nobody. Indiana ain't beat nobody. Ladies and gentlemen, I know they won their conference championship. Who exactly did Boise State beat? They beat UNLV. Yeah. So again, man, like I said, first year of the 12-team playoff. Hopefully, the committee sees the error in their ways, and we go at it from there. You mentioned it. Speaking of the changes we would like to see, what changes would you like to see in the 12-team playoff for college football?
So I would like to see like sort of like college basketball. They reseed the teams.
I agree with that 100%.
And then let's do like 6 on one side, 6 on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So say Oregon was the number 1 seed on this side, and who was the second? Georgia was the number 1 seed on the other side. You feel me? And we got two sides of 6. That way we, you know what I'm saying? They play. I ain't really feeling the bye week, but if they want to still do a bye week, that's cool. They play, and then we bang. Then whoever the best on that side play the best on this side. That's how I feel like it'll get better games. Like also like I agree like conference wise, like the scheduling got to be better. But like I think this also going to hurt the scheduling now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like,
My bad for cutting you off. Alabama fans, play Panera Bread, play French Toast, play Texas Roadhouse, and play McDonald's. And then you'll make your schedule by beating them teams in the SEC. If I'm Alabama, that's what I'm doing. I'm canceling them games with Notre Dame. I'm canceling them games. Why? Why am I playing them? I play you in the playoffs. Let's do what SMU did. Let's build our resume up. You feel me? With some fluff. And then let's get to the playoff and let's see what happens. If I'm Alabama, I'm doing the same thing.
SMU was a new team and a new comp. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't really have too much control. But I'm saying, I think this gonna hurt college football in a way, right? So you mentioned Georgia beat Clemson, right? They dominate Clemson right now. We probably not gonna see none of them games no more first week.
Oh, never ever, not yet.
You know why? Because the way this playoff work, you know what I'm saying? Them 1 or 2 losses that changed everything. So I think the playoff actually is gonna hurt the sport in the long run, because now we not going to get like the best scheduled games. Like, y'all know I'm not the biggest SEC fan because I think we overrate them.
Really? Shocked. I'm so surprised. I don't get text messages about the SEC every week from you.
But there's no way it's week 11 and anybody in the SEC should be playing Mercer, Wofford.
I agree with that.
Island.
I agree with that.
No way. It has to be another you didn't play somebody in the conference, yo. Fill that with a conference game. Just like Tim, Indiana. My fault. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I want to shut up, but I just want to make this point. But now you see why they play Mercer. Because it's another win. So it's like, yo, just hear me out. If we, I know, bro, I don't like it either. I don't like it either. I'm agreeing with you. I hate it. I think it's bullshit that they playing them whack ass teams like that. But bro, think about it like this. I mean, we 8-1 shit. Why not be 9-1? That makes it look a little better to the committee. You get what I'm saying?
I get, like I said, I get it, but it's like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, everything is getting like, you see how the trend is. Okay, it's getting work. The sport getting a little watered down because, like, you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. Like, I like good football at the end of the day. Like,
we both like it.
I want, for sure. I want to see the best play the best. Like, so now we scheduling a certain type of way because we don't want an extra loss, or like I said, the SMU coach said, like, what if I told them my whole team was sick? You know what I'm saying? We can't play the game. We already in the playoff. You feel me? You're going to get more stuff like that. And I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the bowl games, like, this is a competitive nature sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, rock out with your team. You can't preach, like I said, you can't preach brotherhood all year, and then when we say we don't make the playoff, we don't go to the bowl game, now it's, I'm entering the
transfer portal.
Yeah, I'm entering the transfer. I'm going to the NFL, so I'm scared to get hurt. You played 12 other games. You wasn't scared to, you know what I'm saying? I think we just messing up the kids to me. Like, that's just how I feel. But like I said, if they do 2 divisions, I think we can get some better games, better matchups, because I know they won't. I personally will like 8 games, but I know they're not going down just because the money has.
No, yeah.
We already at 12, so
if anything, they're gonna
go up. And I heard most likely they're going up to 14 next year. So
14 and 16,
yeah. So it's gonna be a whole different conversation. But me personally, make it 2 divisions, 6 on that side, 6 on that side. The winner on both sides play each other, and I think that's a better solution.
And that's your national champion. I like that.
That's your national champion.
I'm gonna take it a step further. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host is definitely competitive. We just had Troy and Chris on last week. We were debating about who had better highlight tapes. So I'm agreeing. I agree with you. And it's not wrong with being competitive. Anybody that know me know I'm super duper competitive. You know that. Yeah. Just how me and you are. I get that. Yeah. But we need to pick the 12 best teams. I was so annoyed. Oh, well, this team is deserving. Who the hell said they deserve it? Like, where's this? Ladies and gentlemen, if they deserve it, then I deserve to win some money. Where my money at? I deserve it. I've been on this earth for 31 years. I ain't won a mega millions yet. Right. You feel me? I'm sure you feel that way. Ross feel that way. Women feel that way. Except like, bro, what is this part of my language? What is this shit about deserve? No, you earn what you deserve. You earn what you get. So for me, like I said, man, I'm not going. This is the first year of a 12-team playoff committee. Like you said, bro, they need to do reseeding. Boise State and Arizona State should not have gotten a first-round bye. That is absurd. Boise State played one tough team this year. They played them in week 2. It was Oregon. No disrespect to UNLV. No disrespect to other teams they play.
Yeah.
They play Oregon. Arizona State, Only reason why they got to buy is because the ACC champion wasn't. It wasn't. Well, it was supposed to be SMU, but Clemson beat SMU.
Yeah.
They had to put Arizona State behind them. So let's reseed. And I don't care about the buys. If you want to give a team a buy, that's fine. But let's reseed. We got to reseed. We got to reseed because Oregon has the number one seed. They got the hardest road to get to the championship. Just to get to the Final Four, they got the hardest road, let alone to get to the championship. So that is absurd, man. That is absurd. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will make our college football playoff picks along with our bowl picks on the show, and you'll see them on our YouTube and Instagram. So you guys stay forward, and stay looking out for that. Want to take a quick break? You're watching Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. Week 14 recap, Tim. This season is you got 4 more weeks left, so we're gonna find out very soon who real contenders, who not real contenders, who playing around, who trying to make some moves, who trying to be the best they can be. Let's start off with my opinion with the game of the week. The Packers and the Lions. The Lions won 34-31, and what I thought was a great game, Thursday night game, Amazon's best game ever, in my opinion. Jared Goff, he was tremendous. 32 of 41, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. The law firm of Montgomery and Gibbs, they rushed for collectively 29 attempts, 94 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jameson Williams, 5 catches, 80 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a quiet game, 5 catches, 43 yards. The Detroit Lions, ladies and gentlemen, they are, in my opinion, the best team in the NFC. Every team has flaws, but these guys, no matter who they have out there playing on the field, they find a way to win. Congratulations to Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. The Lions are now 12-1. They have a big game this week coming up against the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, man. This game's simple for me, man. The Packers defense just not good enough yet. Like they don't get timely stops when you need it. Detroit got an explosive offense, but you know what I'm saying? You got to get them off the field at least 2 to 3 times, you feel me? So that was the difference in the game. Shout out to Detroit, man. They smoking. They are definitely a team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Detroit and Philly are the 2 best teams in the NFC. They're fighting to hold on to the number 1 seed, not just with Philly, but along with Minnesota, who's in that division as well. So congratulations to Dan Campbell. And I just think I gave Dan Campbell a hard time when he took the press conference talking about biting kneecaps off and doing this and doing that. The brother can coach. The brother gets his team right. He gets his team amped up. He gets his team right for the moment. I was wrong on Dan Campbell. I thought biting kneecaps wasn't the way. But the way he biting kneecaps, man, they 12-1. So how can I complain? They're doing what they need to do to be first place in their division and first place in the conference. So I was wrong on Dan Campbell when he got that job. He's got these boys fighting, playing hard, and they draft well, too. Shout out to the general manager, Brad Holmes in Detroit. Drafting very, very well and making the right trades. The next game that we're going to go over is the supposedly, in my opinion, the 3rd best team in the NFC. And they won't even make the playoffs. It's a damn shame. The Seattle Seahawks went to Arizona and they beat Arizona 30-18. The Seattle Seahawks are now 8-5. Arizona is 6-7. Geno Smith, 24 of 30, 233 yards, 1 touchdown. Zach Charbonnet from the University of Michigan, boy, he had a day. He had 134 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, 25 of 30, 38, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Again, he had another stupid interception yesterday against the Seattle Seahawks. Congratulations to Seattle. I was falling in love with Arizona. Obviously, Arizona will not make the playoffs. I think this division will come down to Seattle, Arizona, and we cannot forget the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, man. I just thought I picked Seattle just because I feel like they're better than Arizona. Like, they just the more complete team, especially offensively. Defensively, they probably about, you know what I'm saying, probably about close to the same, but, like, offensively, Seattle just got pieces that Arizona doesn't have. Like, outside of Harrison, who's a rookie who doesn't really get targeted enough if I'm him. Like, other than that, like, Dortch is cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I like McBride.
Yeah, McBride. My fault. McBride played, but, like, compare that to DK or Jigba. They got I can't think of the tight end name right now, but they got Chardonnay in.
Fine. They got Jackson Smith and Jigma, DK Metcalf,
Lockett, right?
Lockett.
Yeah,
They got Noah Fant. So they got some
you know
weapons.
what I'm saying? Kenneth Walker ain't played yesterday. So it's a lot. They a lot more loaded on their roster. That's why I thought they beat Arizona again. And Kyler Murray, man, you got it. I don't know, man. We might talk about him a little bit more later. But yeah, shout out to Seattle though.
Yeah, Kyler. Stop making me look goddamn bad, man. Shit. All them terrible ass interceptions you out here throwing. Goodness gracious. But yes, Seattle 8-5. They have a somewhat stranglehold lead on the NFC West. The game on Thursday, we'll get to in a second with our other notable games. That's a big game in the NFC West with the Rams and the Seahawks. We'll probably decide who's the second contender in that division. Congratulations on Seattle for winning that game on the road, sweeping Arizona and getting the 8-5 in that NFC West. The last game that we're going to go over, Sunday night game, Kansas City Chiefs, LA Chargers. The Kansas City Chiefs won 19-17 off a kick to win the game. Kick bounced off the upright, bounced in. Kansas City won 19-17. Justin Herbert, 21-30, 213 yards and 1 touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 24-37, 210 yards and a touchdown. So both quarterbacks basically played the same way. They both missed passes. Justin Herbert missed a pass to Joshua Palmer for a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes missed some passes along in the game as well. You guys know when Jim Harbaugh arrived with the Chargers, I've been a big Chargers fan. Not wavering hope on them. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender this year, but I do think they're a playoff contender. They might be able to beat somebody in the first. I think they'll win. I think they'll win their first round game no matter who they play, and then after that we'll see see the matchups. But Kansas City just finding ways to win, man. They got the heart of a champion, heart of a lion. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Those guys have won the AFC West again. If I'm not mistaken, they won the AFC West 8 straight years.
8. I believe it's
8 straight years. AFC West champions. Congratulations, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, your Kansas City Chiefs.
So yeah, man. So I got to shout out John. John was on the show early in the season, and I told him my AFC West champion. He kind of laughed at me. He said Kansas City was going to do it again, and they did it again, man.
They did do it again.
They did it again. I know both of them Chargers games was close. I told you they play them close all the time. But yeah, man, like you said, man, Kansas City probably the best finishing team in the league. Like you really
you have to beat them.
You have to my saying is I coach basketball, we call them kills. 3 stops for me is 3 kills. So you have to kill them. You have to it's no Justin and Herbert and them needed to score a touchdown instead of kick a field goal. Once they kicked the field goal, I knew they lost. Because it was they're going to figure a way. And that's why I think maybe I was not sleep on Mahomes. I just didn't see the hype as much as everybody else. But I'm starting to see why it's a difference. Because with him, they don't really necessarily beat y'all up down the field no more. But he made a play. The biggest play, I know they're going to talk about the pass to Kelce. That was a great play. But he ran. It was 3rd and 10. He ran for 15. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain instinctive things that he does that other quarterbacks sometimes fold in them situations. So, shout out to Kansas City, man. Got to give him praise.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Kansas City. Those guys found a way to win. AFC West champions again, man. If they win 3 of their last 4, they will be the number 1 seed again, and the AFC playoffs will have to go through Kansas City. I'll just put this out. One of my big, bold predictions, but Kansas City will not play in the AFC Championship game. It's kind of hard to think they won't play in the AFC Championship game if the AFC Championship game is in Kansas City. So, but congratulations to those guys. They found a way. They got the heart of a champion. And Patrick Mahomes shows every week. He might not always play as the best quarterback, but he is the best quarterback in the league. He shows why consistently every week. Have his team in contention. Tim, it's about that time. Every week at this time, we give our observations, takeaways. You start us off as always, my brother. What's your week 14 takeaways?
All right, man. My first one, man. So I'm not wanting to jump off the bandwagon quick, but man, that Bills defense concerned me a little bit yesterday, man. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the Rams punted at all yesterday. That's concerning. I know it's one game, and I felt like it was. People like to use the word trap game, but it was a well placed. I like to say well placed game before a big game versus Detroit. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a trap, but they might have been looking ahead Detroit, even though the Rams are a good team. You know what I'm saying? So, Bills defense concerning me a little bit. I don't really like what I saw. Like you know what I'm saying? I still think they could contend for a Super Bowl, but I think that performance gets them up for Detroit. So like it's a win by loss type. You know what I'm saying? Lose by win type situation for me. Next, man, I'm gonna talk about some of the quarterback play. You know, I like to get on quarterbacks, but yesterday these was my 3 top quarterbacks from yesterday. I'm gonna start with my guy, man. I hope y'all bet that comeback player of the year. Whatever.
I got my purple on. Yeah, Sam Darnold. Yeah, baby.
Yosemite Sam was 22 of 28, 347 yards, 5 touchdowns. No interception.
Let me just say this. I need to stop letting you go first. You steal all my observations. Go ahead. You steal all of them every week. Go ahead.
Clean, great game. They put it on the line. I personally ain't think they was gonna put it on the line like that. But yeah, Atlanta's another conversation for another day. Next one. That's Josh Allen, man. MVP front runner to me. Josh Allen.
Whoa. I got a question. I'm sorry, my bad. You know, I like cutting you up. Over Saquon? You think he should be the front runner over Saquon?
Just because they don't give it to running backs. I think the only way Saquon can get it is he break the record.
Jim, the 2,000 yard. Got you.
All right, Dickerson.
Okay,
that's the only.
Can I ask you this? I know you gave me their opinion of MVP. If Tim, you have a vote, who is your MVP of the season?
Hell, I ain't gonna lie, it's between them two, and it's hard because it's really hard for me because it's definitely between them two to me because it's like right now I'm gonna get on. Yeah, I got something to say about the Eagles too, but like Saquon to me right now is the best player on the Eagles team.
I agree with that by far.
I wouldn't have thought that before. Like I'm not gonna say because I feel like a lot of them, like AJ Brown and all of them, real good, but Saquon, like he really carrying them to me right now. So I wouldn't. I thought Saquon, y'all know my prediction. I predict him to have a crazy year.
Yeah, you picked the offensive player of the year.
Yeah, exactly. I predicted that. But he's like on the next level where though like it's like we don't even pass the ball well no more. We just give him the ball. So it's like, yeah, it's mind blowing to me. That's why he goes and Josh Allen playing on another level to me too. So it's split for me. I probably if Saquon get the record, I go Saquon. That's more of the story. If he don't get the record, we go on Josh Allen.
Gotcha.
But Josh Allen, like I said, 22 of 37, 342 yards, passing, 3 touchdowns. He also had 10 carries, 82 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So he had 6 touchdowns in that game, no turnovers. Crazy performance. And the last one in the same game was just Matthew Stafford. He went 22 of 30, 320 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So like that game, as you see, all 3 of them quarterbacks played lights out. There was a couple of them that played good, but those was the top 3 performances to me this week. The next thing, man, my Eagles, man. The passing game, man, it's starting to. I won't say worry me, but it's starting to get concerning for me because it's like I always thought they didn't use the intermediate passing game well because I don't know why it's like deep pass or nothing, but like now it's like Carolina. Don't get me wrong, Carolina not sorry. As we've seen the last 3-4 weeks, they've been competitive with everybody. The Chiefs. The game before the Buccaneers, that went in overtime. So they've been competitive with everybody. So, like, it's no slight on them. But I felt like the passing game just don't look right. Like, it's still not cohesive. I think they got to get that on track to actually be, really win a Super Bowl to me. The passing game has to click. Because at some point, and then on the other hand, to me, it'd be like, it's still like you really can't load the box because them 2 guys on the outside so good, you don't want to one them. So it's like, it's one of them things for me, but the passing game definitely has to improve. My last takeaway is, man, I hate to talk about the kid, man, because I like him, but, man, Kyler Murray don't look like the ass over there to me, man. Like, Like it's like so the team, like I said, they not the most talented, but they in situations to win the game every week. And it's like he had two bad turnovers yesterday. Both picks was bad reads, bad throws. And it's like Kyler at some point, like it's like he take one step and then trip and fall down the stairs. So you got to start all the way back from the ground up. So I don't know, Arizona, man. Y'all might got to figure some things out, man.
You know who Kyler Murray remind me of as a player? His playing style reminds me of Cliff Kingsbury as a coordinator. If you realize Cliff Kingsbury, he starts off hot. Like, oh, man. Like, yo, whoa. He's a great head coach, great offensive coordinator, and then you saw with Washington, when teams start to get a read on him, they fall back down to the pack. And that's what happens with Kyler Murray in Arizona. You know, I'm a big Kyler Murray fan. We practically the same height. So I look at it as, yeah, man, I like Kyler. I think Kyler, you know, I still got faith in him. But you're right. Like, bro, I'm tired of you taking – Baker Mayfield has taken more steps forward than what you have.
Yeah, I agree.
You feel me? Like, regardless of what you think of Baker, like, he's a starting quarterback that I'm not saying everybody, but at least I have faith in. Doesn't mean you're going to win every week. But you like, okay, like, they're going to do what they're supposed to do. Kyler Murray hasn't reached that level yet, and that is very alarming for a number one pick to not reach that level yet. You do one good thing, and then it's like you said, 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. You haven't gained anything. Actually, you've lost because you went 3 steps back. So I love your takeaways, brother. And I'm going to have to talk to the head of the show. We cannot let you go first no more because you're just stealing all of them, stealing every last one of them. Let me see if I can fit in somewhere with my observations. My first observation, ladies and gentlemen, whether it's Matt Eberflus, Tim, Adam, or me, or Thomas Brown, the Bears need to hire an offensive coach. Stop playing around and get Caleb Williams an offensive coach. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bears got blown out by San Francisco. Y'all saw that. I just want to give y'all a stat. Forget the score. The Bears had 4 yards at the end of the first half. 4. Me, Tim, and Ross can get you 10 yards right now. Yeah. Right now, we can get you 10. They had 4 yards as a team in the first half. Unacceptable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an equal opportunist. I don't give a damn if you're white. I don't give a fuck if you're a male. I don't care if you're a female. I don't care if you're black. If you're not good at your job, you got to go. Thomas Brown, brother, listen. We ain't going to hold one game against you, but I'm going to say this. The Bears organization going to hold one game against you, and your black ass not going to get that job because you had 4 yards in the first half. I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just giving you facts. Come on now. We got to be better than that. Next observation. I was wrong on the Arizona Cardinals. They are not the 3rd best team in the NFC. They probably not even the 3rd best team in their division. Like we've been saying. Kyler Murray, come on, bro. This is the 3rd straight week you done turned the ball over with some lollipop BS. You're supposed to be better than that. You're a number 1 pick. You're a number 1 pick in the draft. You got to play better. You got to uplift your team. Arizona had a chance to win a division. Now they're 6-7. Barely fighting to hold on to make the wild card. Come on, man. We got to be better. Kyler Murray, I expected more and I need more. You have to be better. Stop with the stupid-ass turnovers. I said that last week. The Cardinals had a chance to make the playoffs. They folded. My next takeaway, which team will get the number 1 pick? There's 2 teams that need it, the Giants and the Raiders. Both teams are horrible to watch. If you had to watch the Giants play the Saints yesterday, or if in my case you had to watch the Raiders play the Bucks, you was hoping you could teleport yourself in to be the quarterback for those teams. That's how bad it was. Both teams need a quarterback. I don't know how good. I don't know who the 2nd best quarterback in the class is. Obviously, you're not the biggest Carson Beck fan. Cam Ward is in there. We do know who the number 1 pick is, and that's Shedeur Sanders. Yeah. Both of those teams could use the number 1 pick and draft themselves a quarterback. And my last takeaway. When we talk about the Chiefs, we talk about the Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, you do know there's another 10-win team in the AFC. They're coached by Mike Tomlin. They're called the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think those guys deserve a little bit more respect. Yes, they lost to the Cleveland Browns on the road, but they lost to the Cleveland Browns on the road on a Thursday night after beating Baltimore. So they were due for a mental letdown.
Not to cut you off. In the snow as well. So I mean,
in the snow.
No excuses, yeah, but
no excuses, but in the snow, after playing the Ravens for first place, a mental letdown was bound to happen. I know Sam Darnold should win comeback player of the year. You know who is second? You know who should be number 2 in that? Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson should be number 2 in that. The way he got them boys playing, they were solid with Justin Fields.
Yes,
Russell Wilson took them to the next level when they took Justin Fields out and put Russell Wilson in. So Mike Tomlin, we know what he represents. One of the top 5 coaches in the NFL. Congratulations to Russ. I like this for Russ. I didn't think Russ had a bad year last year with the Broncos. Him and Sean Payton bumped heads. It didn't work out well. I'm glad he's with their coach that he can bond with, that can rock out with. He's making stuff happen. This Pittsburgh Steelers team, man, that not only could they win the AFC North, they could be playing in the last game of the season in New Orleans on Fox. You guys are watching Highly Opinionated. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Highly Opinionated, ladies and gentlemen. Week 15 of the NFL is here. Let's go over these 3 games and pick our winners, bro. Let's start off with the game. Well, it's 2 games of the week, in my opinion. This is game 1 of game 2 of the week. The Buffalo Bills, they travel on the road to play the Detroit Lions. The Buffalo Bills are 10-3. Detroit Lions are 12-1. Detroit is favored currently by 1.5 points. The over-under is 54. Who you like?
Man, so I feel like I don't want to sound like a Detroit hater because I picked the Packers last week, and I'm about to pick the Bills, but give me the Bills, man. I think stylistically, both offenses actually, I won't say similar, but they play style is kind of familiar. You know what I'm saying? Like neither team has. I mean, my fault. St. Brown is the best receiver. But, like, how they use all the other receivers, like slots, motions, and all that things. So, with Shakur's not on the same level as St. Brown. But, you know what I'm saying? They kind of, like, similar builds, similar receivers. So, like, it's like looking in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So, that's how this game, I feel like, is going to be. The Lions have a better running attack. But if you throw Josh Allen in a running attack, you know what I'm saying, running attack with the Bills, you know what I'm saying? So, I think the Bills coming off that loss, whereas though they couldn't stop a nosebleed, I think they actually get 2 to 3 stops this game, and you know what I'm saying. And I think the Bills get the win. I think Josh Allen has another great day. I think Goff has a pretty solid game, but I think they rely on more of the running game this week versus Bills defense.
So you like Buffalo?
Yeah, I like Buffalo.
I like Detroit. I'm gonna take the Lions at home. The Bills, like you said in your observations, their defense is a little suspect. And watching the game against the Rams, what the Rams did was use motion to get the matchups that they wanted. And I feel like the Lions will definitely do that with offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, with the weapons that they have, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, the 2 running backs, Tim Patrick, the wide receiver, etc. So for me, I like Detroit at home. Detroit understands they're not only fighting against the Eagles, they're fighting just to win their division with Minnesota, keep on tagging along and winning. So I like Detroit at home. This is a Sunday 4:25 game. Both networks, ladies and gentlemen, Fox and CBS have a marquee game at 4:25. This is CBS marquee game. Bills at Lions. So you like the Bills, I like the Lions. Let's move forward to Fox's marquee game at 4:25. That will be the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 10-3. The Philadelphia Eagles are 11-2. The Eagles are favored by 5 points. The over-under is at 43. I'll start us off. I'm going to take a team from Pennsylvania. How about that?
That's good.
Nailed it down, right? I am going to take, in a quote-unquote upset, I like the Steelers to win this game. The Eagles, my compadre knows, I like the Eagles, but I think all these teams have flaws. And I think the Steelers can match up with the Eagles well. Take Saquon out and make Jalen Hurts beat you. And if they can do that, they'll be in the game. I think the Eagles, we saw on Sunday, they have a Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown situation. So you guys want to keep your eye, you guys want to keep your eye out, looking out for that. But for me, I think the Steelers have the better defense. I do, yeah. I think they got the better defense. They have the best player.
Not to cut you off, the Eagles defense ranked number 1 in like almost every category. I'm just throwing that out there.
Totally understand that. You got the numbers, and I'll give you that. But what the Eagles don't have, they don't have T.J. Watt. They don't have that. I don't give a damn how good Jordan Carter. Bro, you can create Jordan Carter, Bryce Huff, whoever you want to put. They not good as that guy. So with that being said, I'm taking the Steelers on the road to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me the Steelers.
So would you rather block one guy or 5?
I'd rather block none. But if I had to block one, I'd rather block one than 5.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So this game, man. So I do agree with you on one point. I think they do try to load the box to see if Jalen Hurts can beat you. I don't think A.J. Brown and them have a problem. I think they was just frustrated with how the game went. Like, if you watch the game, they had, like, a lot of 3 and outs. A couple plays, I thought he was open. He should have got the ball.
And A.J. Brown had moments where, like you said, he was open and should have got the ball. So did Devontae Smith as well.
For sure. So I think with a veteran offensive coordinator like Kellen Moore, I guarantee you A.J. and Brown and Devontae Smith get that ball early. I'm talking about first drive. First play might be a slant. You know, I'm telling y'all, this is how this goes. Like, you hear somebody complaining, you shut them up by getting the ball. So I think they're gonna get the ball early, and I think the Eagles win. I don't know if it's gonna be by 5.5. I think it's a little tighter. I respect the Steelers and how they play football. I just would like to see how, like, especially with no George Pickens. I don't know.
Oh, he come on. He playing this week.
I don't know how serious. I don't know how serious that happened. I don't know if that was a real injury or not. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the situation was. I'm just saying. So, like, even with George Pickens, I like him. Like, I just would like to see it. Like, I think defense. I don't think that's going to be a high-scoring game, personally. I think that's going to be like a 24-20 type of game. So, we'll see. Like, I like the test, though. I would like to see them, because this could be a Super Bowl preview. You never know. So, like, but I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles in the close one. Jalen Hurts' best game. Y'all hear that? I think this will be Jalen's best game of the season. And I think this is going to propel him for the rest of the season.
Got you. Not mad at that at all. I like the Steelers. You like the Eagles? Can't wait to watch. The last game, Sunday Night Football. Big game in Seattle. The 9-4 Green Bay Packers travel to Seattle to take on the 8-5 Seattle Seahawks. Green Bay is favored by 3. The over-under is at 47. Again, this is Sunday Night Football on NBC. Who you like?
I've been going back and forth with this game, man. I like Seattle, bro. Like, I like what I'm saying from Seattle. Like, I actually think if they should get him, but depending on them and the Rams, 49ers might make some run. Like, depending on who get in, like, I like Seattle. To me, it's going to sound crazy because Matthew Stafford is on the Rams, but they might be the most dangerous to me just because of who. I feel like their weaponry. Like, don't get me wrong, Puka and a Cup Cole. I like Kyron. I like 2-2-2. Like, but I just feel like that Seattle team look a little different. Like, it got like a little bounce to them this year to me. So, like, give me Seattle at home. I think Green Bay. I think this is another good game, though. I think this should be one of the. I think I said a couple weeks ago it was one of the best slates. I think this should be another one best slate weekend. Like, these games all should be good. If they blowouts, I don't know what happened. But these all 3 games should be good. But give me Seattle and Geno Smith at home.
Yeah, we should have a lot of good games this week. In fact, after this,
I forgot. It's more games than
we'll get to the other notable games as well. But it should be a lot of great games this week. Week 15 playoff contention for majority of all these teams. As far as my winner for this game, I'm gonna take the Packers. I think the Packers rebound against the loss at Detroit. I think they'll beat Seattle. I think that defense will come to play. They got embarrassed at Detroit, so I think they'll come to play against Seattle. I think they'll force Geno into an interception or 2, fumble maybe, something like that. But I like the Packers. I like what I'm saying from defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, the former coach at Boston College. And Matt LaFleur is one of the best offensive play callers in the league. The key for the Packers is Jordan Love. If Jordan Love don't turn the ball over like he did last week, make sure he did not turn the ball over.
No, he didn't. I think it was like 12 or 22 something.
Yeah, he didn't turn the ball over.
Or something.
Yeah, he didn't. 12 or 20, 200 yards, 1 touchdown. No fumbles, no interceptions. They lost by 3. So basically, what that tells me is they will be in every game if Jordan Love don't do what Kyler Murray doing, just throw up some lollipop BS.
Right.
So I like the Packers. I expect Jordan Love to play clean free, and I expect the Packers to come out and win this game, which will help the winner of the Thursday night game, the Rams at San Francisco, to try to climb back in that division. Ladies and gentlemen, as the season progresses, we started this a couple weeks ago. We have other notable games. You guys see it on the screen. For me, I want to point out one other notable game, and well, I'm not gonna say one. It's 4 games up on the screen as you guys see it. Rams at 49ers Thursday night at 8:20. That's a big game. Dolphins at Texans. Can the Dolphins keep their playoff hopes on the road at Houston? That was actually a game that me and Tim was going to pick. We moved that out. But that's Sunday at 1 o'clock. That's a big game. Sunday at 4:25. The Colts playoff hopes to win the wild card or to catch Denver. That is on the line because the Colts travel to Denver, 4:25. And then arguably, I'm not saying this is the biggest game of the week, but for me, because I bet on Tampa Bay to win the NFC South. This is a huge one at LA. Tampa Bay at the LA Chargers. I feel like if Tampa Bay can win this game, they find themselves in not a clear path to win the division, but a looking good path to win the division. So they're the 4 notable games for this week. 7 games. We talked about great week of NFL football. You guys make sure you're in front of a TV and watch from Thursday to Sunday. Well, Thursday to Monday. I'm sorry. As we always end the show, Tim, let's show some love to college basketball. You guys see the graphic up. Tim, just some notable games this week. Thursday, Tuesday, we have number 14 Michigan versus Arkansas. Wednesday, we have the number 3 team, Iowa State. They're in action. They play at Iowa. On Saturday, we have a college basketball feast. I'll just go to 8 o'clock. The number 8 Gonzaga. Number 8 Gonzaga plays number 18 UConn at 8 o'clock. That game will be on Fox. What game this week is catching your attention in college basketball, my brother?
So I did catch the end of the Kentucky Gonzaga game that went to overtime. And watched
that was Saturday night, yeah.
Yeah, Saturday night.
The college basketball game, at the college football game.
Great ending in the game after I watched the football game. I clicked to that. So I do want to see Gonzaga again versus UConn. Gonzaga coming off a loss. I think UConn just won their last game, but they was coming off 2 losses before that. So I do want to see that. In the second game, I haven't seen Tennessee, so I want to see why they rank number 1 versus Illinois, who normally plays a good defensive team, plays a little scrappy. So those are 2 games I'm interested in watching this weekend.
Yeah, Illinois coached by Brad Underwood. Tennessee, somewhat I've been watching college. Some of the reason why Tennessee is number 1 is because the other teams have lost. Auburn, Kentucky,
Okay.
UConn, Kansas. Kansas lost 2 times last week. That's why they dropped from number 1.
Gotcha.
So basically, the number 1 team, you wouldn't want to be number 1 this season because you lose it. So we'll see how good Tennessee is. The game for me this week is actually it's 11 a.m. start on Saturday. I want to watch Memphis at number 16 Clemson.
Okay.
That's a big game for me. I saw Memphis. They lost to Arkansas State earlier this week. Arkansas State's not a bad team, but you would think Memphis.
Yeah.
You would think Memphis can handle their own and do what they're supposed to do. So that's a game that I'm definitely looking forward to. Looking forward to watching on Saturday at 11 o'clock. College basketball, as college football ends, ladies and gentlemen, college basketball is in full swing. So there's a lot of marquee matchups that happened early in the season. So you know how it is in college football and college basketball, man. You want that prime real estate. You want that prime time of people watching. So it's a great time for college basketball, and let these games progress, and let's keep watching. Let's see who's who. I do want to give a shout out to Kentucky, like you said. Shout out to Mark Pope. He got them boys playing hard at Kentucky. I thought Kentucky was going to take a little step down. He got them boys playing hard over there.
It was hoop.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for watching episode 17 of Highly Opinionated. For the best producer in the game, Ross. For the best co-host in the game, Tim. I'm merely Josh. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. We out.
Appreciate y'all.